right, here we go, and here we are in the studio with Rob Succhetto. Hey, everyone. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? I'm back. Unlike Zombie Daily, I unfortunately could not appear every day, like the zombies that I put up on Zombie Daily every day, but I do my best. So I'm trying to hit the every second day or so target for live streams. So it always seems like I haven't seen you guys in a long time. So hello and hi and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Watching me draw, you sick freaks. How dare you? Watching me draw. You weirdos. Yes, indeed, I am drawing one of the most requested, again, I keep saying that, but it's true, and I got this from way back, Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah, oh my goodness, I remember the first time, I remember my first time, a mom asked for her son, if I had any, if I did any Five Nights at Freddy's zombies, and that was a long time ago. Like, to me, anyway, that must have been at least 5-6 years ago. And I've had many requests and suggestions to do the characters since, of course, right? So finally doing it. Yes, finally doing it. I'm going to take my time with this one. I'm going to take my time with this one. And I'm going to, I think, kind of do it completely, and then perhaps begin taking more elements out, and because he's not like super zombie ish right now. Because you know what? So this and another one, I'll show you which one later. It'll be a surprise for all you folks watching the live stream. It'll be a surprise. It's another one that I've heard people have asked me to do it a trillion times, and I put it off a trillion times because I could never find a good enough photo of the character. Quite like Batman, but way worse. Quite like absolute Batman, but way worse. So the photo that I used, it was so awful. So I extrapolated the hell out of it. But you'll see what I'm talking about later on. I'm gonna check the chat here. Check the chat. No to Aviso. I'll have to take your word for it, Jose Mario. I'll have to take your word for it. I can't read Spanish, unfortunately. Let me know if there's a translator thing on this chat, guys. If there is one, I'll enable it. Yeah. So yes, welcome to the show. And I'm doing the Five Nights at Freddy's. Freddy Fazbear, something. I can't remember the name, but yeah, it's the bear. It's the bear. Yeah. It's the bear. Vague European accent. Speaking of European accents, Udo Kier passed away, unfortunately. I don't know if you guys knew about that. I don't know the bear of bad news, but yeah, he passed away recently, and wow, what a huge career that guy had as an actor, like a character actor, man. My goodness, like that guy was in Blade, man, and so many like other like European sort of horror movies and things, man. I remember that guy from like virtually everything. You know, back then, it's like, oh, he's the Inquisitor, or he's, you know, a vampire or whatever. Yeah, like he always played, and then, you know, he's in Blade too, you know. But, yeah, yeah, quite, I remember, my wife at the time and I were, at, I think it was Fan Expo. Yes. I think it was Fan Expo. Right, it was Fan Expo. And like we were in the horror pavilion or area, which was run by, I guess, Rue Morgue primarily, right? Like there was other horror people around, but like that was, I think it was like the Horror Village or something it was called. And so the one of the organizers and Rue Morgue guys was talking to Udo and my wife at the time, right? And Udo's telling a story, and they're listening and whatever, and then Andrea like had to go. My ex-wife had to go, and she had to kind of go mid sentence and say goodbye to him, and she goes, I'll be back though, and because she wanted to hear the rest of the story, and then when she goes, the organizer goes yes, and he said like in his Udo voice, that's what they always say. They always say they'll be back, doing an impression of Udo, man. And I could just hear him say that, right? That's what they always say. They always say they'll be back, references. Stories. Yeah, I did that Fan Expo for quite a while. Actually, yeah. That just became out of hand. Got out of hand. Table costs and stuff like that. I like doing smaller cons. I've always liked that better. I like the more almost intimate, not intimate, but much smaller than those crazy ones, man. That's like too much. That's like just an overload, man. And then, like I said, the table costs and stuff like that for those things now. Oh my goodness, Plus, you have to live in that city for like 5-6 days, wherever it is. Well, it's in Toronto, but that's yeah. It's hard to kind of do those, I just wanted to chat. So yes, poor Udo Kier, R.I.P. for sure. What an incredible presence, man. What an incredible presence. Yeah, and like I said, I remember when, I remember him in those older. I don't know if they were they were just sort of European horror films and stuff, and he'd always be in those. Yeah. He had a super striking presence, man. His eyes were like, yeah. That's what they ought to say. They ought to say they'll be back. Funny. I thought it was funny. It's a story, all right. That's enough. It doesn't have to be funny. There. So I'm just sort of feeling out where I'm gonna maybe. I feel like I want to take this part out for some reason, or at least expose things underneath. That should be a little bit more in. There. Yeah, I like the mouth. When you see the poster for 2, which I guess is coming out soon or is already out, I don't know. I can't remember now. But you'll see the way that, like, if you see it in a thumbnail, even you'll see what I mean by the title looks like his mouth open, like it looks like his bottom jaw. So I actually made that, like, I look like that for real with his jaw way down, because in the poster his mouth is pretty much closed, but the writing, the text makes his mouth look open, right? So it's a great little design technique that they used to fool people into thinking his mouth is open, you know. And it worked. It worked on me. I was like, oh, that's what I kind of saw first. That's what I saw. That's what I perceived first when I saw the thumbnail. And then when I blew it up, I was like, oh, that's the text, you know. Very clever girl, you know. So yeah, that was kind of interesting, you know. Nice little design thing. Use of design. There. And I'm going to put some, you know, gore and stuff in there. But, you know, this is all going to be black. No, I don't like that. There. Okay, this is all going to be black, and I have to keep it that way. That's the thing. It's the effect. I'm not going to, like, start noodling around in there and whatnot. Yeah, and same with this. It's got to be black. You know. I can't help it. I gotta put stuff in there. I have to put things moving around in there. You know. Maybe if I do it really dark. Yeah, I always want to put little nuts and bolts in the black to just break it up, you know. So that is my Achilles heel. There, and you know, yeah, probably the ear. You're responsible. Just checking the chat. Always check the chat, they say. Hope you guys are having a great, beginning of the week. This time I knew what day it was. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna do a live stream last night, but I thought, no, I think Monday would probably be better. I think they had the Santa Claus parade this weekend and stuff everywhere, and or I don't know if that's kind of a thing that everybody does or does usually at the same time. But there was Santa Claus parading happening this weekend throughout the city, and getting into the spirit of the season. Yeah, nice and gory in there. There, that's good. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Gore and metal and what else? Yeah, that ear there, you know, all busted. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do much more than this. You know? I think this is kind of good. Oh, these are the spots? Yeah. Right. Yeah. I think that's kind of, like, I kind of like it at that level. You know? Yeah, like the and stuff on the muzzle, for sure. You know, but I think this could definitely be categorized as a zombie version of the character, you know. Yeah, this reminds me of what's his name, the guy who does, well, he'll be doing Infernal Hulk coming up. Oh, you know what? In other geek news, I picked up Incredible Hulk 200 today at my local LCS, local comic book store. And yeah, yeah, it's not a great, like, it's not a mint copy by any means, but you know what? I think it's good enough for my collection. You know, it's just on the outer fringes of something I would almost not, you know, have bought, but yeah, I even flipped through it there, and the pages are nice and stuff. So yeah, it's for what I got it for. It's a pretty good. It's a pretty good Hulk, Incredible Hulk 200. You know, so yeah, that's in other geek news of me today. Yeah. So we're getting on with some Five Nights at Freddy's action. Finally. You know what? I'm doing so many finally things lately. I guess in desperation to get a bunch of stuff done before I switch gears to comics. As I'm going to be doing Cape Fear 2. You guys can join me on that journey of discovery. You know, to watching Rob draw comics. You sick freaks. Yeah, and watch me toil over some comics. No, it should be. It should be. It should be fairly elementary at this point. I just have to draw it. I just have to draw it. You know. So yeah, just. And some of it, of course, I've drawn. Some of it I might have to redraw. I don't know. Depending on how I execute the new art that I've done for it since I did those initial drawings probably a decade ago. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if I can use that. I'll have to see. That's one of the things I was toiling about mentally, you know. Can I use those pages? I think there was like 26 pages already done, like inked and everything, you know. So I'm like, I'd hate to have to, you know, either redraw those or not use them at all, you know, and like rethink them. But I don't think rethinking them is the thing. I think redrawing them might be a thing. I don't know, and that's what I've been sort of, you know, toiling over. Yeah. Anyway, it's no biggie. No biggie. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. See that X there, like that off centered X. Yeah, I like that. Things like that. I like those things. You know, putting in those like abrasions and markings like that on the plastic, which, you know, can almost double for flesh. You know, depending on how you interpret it with the pen, with the details of the pen, you know, and even the watercolors that I'm going to add soon. Yeah, it's almost to that point. Well, I'm gonna literally do the entire thing in a gray wash, and then build it up from there. So I'm gonna be doing that, like right after I get this sort of mouth part done. And then wash time. Wash time. And that's just part of the. So this and the other. No, actually this. I used a sketch, and I drew this from the sketch. From the sketch that I used, like from the computer screen, I just like sketched it, and then I used that sketch to do this. So this is like much more highly refined, you know, than just a sketch. But I did have to do a lot of work on this. I did have to do a lot of work on this because the sketch was really fast and really sort of off kilter. So I had to do a lot of reworking, even at this stage. So yeah. See, now I really love that. You know what? I might do this. Rob, you're so weak. I'm weak. I have to put the lines in, man. I have to put the lines in. And I love that fade out. Like, I love that fade out, you know? Yeah. Weak, foolish, old fool. Can't make it all, can't make it entirely black, can you? Incapable. You're incapable. Douche. Okay, well. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, then I will, like, you know, do it entirely in black with black ink, with no, you know, details and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, I kind of like that though. And I said I wouldn't do it. I said I wouldn't do it, but I kind of feel like I have to do it. Maybe. See what happens. It's really all about how something looks. It has nothing to do with what I want, you know, or anything. It's just like ultimately, how does it look? If it looks good, then keep it. If it doesn't look good, you know, don't let your, you know, desire to have it in there, you know, shade your good reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. You'll get another chance to use that, whatever it was that you liked, you know, that didn't work there, you know. Yeah. Let it go. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yes, I do. Yeah. And yes, I find the ears do look like they're on some sort of a, like, and I guess they do that, right? I saw the movie. I saw a movie of this. I don't know which one. I guess it was the first one. And, oh, am I confusing that with the Nicolas Cage one? No, I think I saw both. I saw both, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness, that's good. Oi! Yeah, that is wonderful. Yeah, and other shenanigans. I'm gonna put, like, I'll probably put, like, something like this. Boop. You know. Yeah. check the chat. Okay, all clear. All clear. Aha. Douche. There. And we're drawing Five Nights at Freddy's. Finally. Finally, I'm sure people will say. Yes, because this has been another huge request thing. Guys, if you have any suggestions for zombie things you'd like to see, like characters you'd like to see zombified, leave your suggestions in the comments below, and or in the chat, and yeah, perhaps see them done on the live stream. And if you want to get a custom order done, like if you want to get a commission done, I can do that for you as well. If you have a character that you'd like to see zombified, like, you know, even a character that you created or something, you know, if you want it as a bonus thing in a comic that you're doing, a bonus page, you know, I'll give you permission to print it, you know, if you want. So yeah, a zombie version of your character by me in your comic, man. Yeah, I love that. I love that. If you want to do something like that, I'm cool with that, you know. We can talk. We can talk. Yeah. You know. Yeah, get some promo out of it too, you know. I'm doing it live. You can show people on your whatever DeviantArt page. There's so many. That's why I'm like short circuiting them, like, you know, Instagram, whatever, like multitude of things, right? So yeah, you can show people of me drawing your character. You know, that didn't make any sense, but I don't care anymore. Okay, there. There, I think that's great. I really like that. I really like how that turned out. I hope you guys dig that. Huh? That's pretty snazzy. I'm gonna add the gray, and this will be the easiest gray application because the entire page is gray. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a great Monday evening. I hope that I am part of that great Monday evening. Doing some drawing, man. Look at my arm is a hairy frame. That's what they all say. My arm is a hairy frame around that. Yeah, there we go with some nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that black is beautiful. That black is beautiful. Oh my goodness, yeah. No crunchiness, just smoothness. Love that. It's true. Oh my goodness, yeah. Like I'm always frightened that there's gonna be a little piece of black soot in there, and it's gonna you know, make a mark, all like a very pronounced mark, you know, in the gray application here, and that's awful. Like, you know, it's embedded right into the paper, man. Yeah, if you get a little nugget of, you know, paint, watercolor paint, pigment, yeah, murder. Yeah, you really either have to work that out or cover it up with like a whiteout or a white, yeah, like a whiteout type thing. A whitener. I think people who use watercolor maybe know what I'm talking about. But nobody else. Well, this is like all of this is going to be black, right? So this is going to be a really sort of like one of those, you know, poppy, really poppy um, drawings, because it's the whole, you know, it's the whole thing. It's more for effect rather than just the image, you know? Because normally, right, I do just an image. I try to get the full body normally of the character and all that stuff. You know, if I can, if it's feasible to do so, you know, all the body of the character. Like I'll even do that with Godzilla. Like his tail is like 50 times longer than he is, but I always try to get it in somehow. You know, so he's complete in the thing. Like I'll do effect ones too, where I cut him off and like I'll crop him at a certain point. But I do like the hardest one was Ghidorah rather, the three-headed monster X, if you want to call him. You know, yeah, that was, and I am so proud of that one. Like that was so hard to do. Like that creature's entire body in one shot with clarity and detail, and the zombie parts, you know, clearly shown, type of thing. And the color is awesome too. The color is awesome too. Check that out on Zombie Daily sometime if you're interested in seeing that. I got a ton of zombie kaiju there. So yeah, please feel free to check those out. That Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below this video. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Hit that bell for all the new updates. And it's fun. We'll make a game out of it. You like video games? You like video games, don't ya? Yeah. Hit that subscribe, please. That would be wonderful. It would be a wonderful gesture. I would really, really, really appreciate it, guys. Like, you have no idea. And I'm a needy man. But having your interest and support really does mean a lot to me. And if you want to join Zombie Daily too, the Patreon, like so many have recently, as a free or paying, donating new fan, please do. It's an awesome thing. Everybody's got a Patreon now. Excuse me, I'm all that guy there from the news and stuff. I've had that Patreon for years, and like I said, I've been adding new zombie art to it every single day too, right? So yes, check it out if you want to see a lot of zombie art from all across the pop culture landscape and far beyond too. Dinosaurs, man, like animals, microscopic creatures, everything, man, everything, you know, yeah. Pinups. Heads of the Living Dead. Did, I think, 1,500 of them? 1,500 Heads of the Living Dead, man. So, yeah, there's a lot of, you know, of those on there too. Man. Yeah, what a crazy, crunchy life I've led. Now, before I get to the surprise, I just drew this last night, man, for some unknown reason. Like, I'm like, I don't know, I've had, like, Fulci, Lucio Fulci type zombie movies on my mind lately. And this is like, you know, one of those scenes you'd see from one of his, like, you know, they're always on that tropical island type of thing. And, you know, those Cannibal Island type things and that. So, yeah, man, like, poof, paf, you know, blows the dog's head. That super reminds me of a John Byrne type thing. That's a John Byrne like splash page almost thing that he would do. That so much reminds me of John Byrne. Yes. And that was after I did it. After I did it, I was looking at him like, yes, man, that's so much like him. You know, you'd open up a Fantastic Four, an Alpha Flight cover, and like that's the first thing you see, man. Like, and he's got you, right? So yeah, he was great at doing those types of things, you know. So yeah, that kind of reminds me of that. But set in the whatchamacallit, Lucio Fulci arena, you know. Yeah, Zombie 2. Yeah, that was so awesome, man. Yeah. Zombie fighting shark. That's where that's from. If you didn't know, now you know. Yeah. Pfaff. Yeah, just. So anyway, this is one of the things I did last night, just for fun. And that'll be on Zombie Daily coming up soon. Again, it's just a fun drawing. You know what? I'm assembling a massive contingent of original art that I'm going to actually take to conventions for people to purchase if they want. There's a high demand in original art, so I'm doing these. These are like $40. So if you want an original sketch like this, it's around $40. Very affordable, and it's a nice piece to have. You can actually, you know, obviously it'll be signed and everything too. But yes, I'm doing that at cons now. So if you guys want to check out some of those sketches and purchase some original art, it will be there for you. Finally, I'm finally kind of doing that too. I haven't done anything like that for a long time, and even when I did, it was very brief that I was doing that, and I think it was all because someone had bought a bunch of this one awesome dude. I would see him every time I go down south to cons there, and I would kind of see him, and he'd come to my table, and he asked if I had any original stuff, and I said no, so I brought stuff, and I think he bought a ton of stuff. Like, he made my day that day, you know. And it was like, and he asked me if I had any Conan stuff, and I said no, but I will now. You know, if you want me to furnish you with some Conan stuff, and I love Conan. Like, who doesn't like Conan? I would do it on spec, and that's kind of what I did too. So I did a Savage Sword cover, and I did I think it was a Gil Kane cover. I don't know who inked it. I can't remember who inked it. Oh, jeez. I can't remember the guy's name who inked it. But, so I did a cover reproduction of that cover, just in black and white. But, so it's Conan and Beli, that the girl that he's with, that warrior princess or whatever, I don't know what her backstory is or anything, but they're back to back fighting these pirates on this ship. Well, I turned the pirates into zombies, so that was the one difference, but everything's exactly the same. So yeah, it's a pretty cool, like, sort of alt cover for that issue. I think it was number 42. I think it was number 42. But yeah, so doing original, like, I love doing that kind of stuff. It's a heck of a lot of work. It's way more work than you'd even think, but it's somehow rewarding, you know. Yeah, getting those kinds of those effects in there. Like when I did the American Gothic painting with I think the person used gouache, maybe oil. I can't remember what the original was done in, but for me to like do that, but with watercolor and pen and ink and get it really close, I was really proud of that one. That one was and that was a request. That was a custom order too. which was really crazy, man, at the time. So, yes. So here it is, kiddies. What is this? It is Elden Ring, Black Knight. Yeah. Man, oh man. Elden Ring. I hear that like so many times on my con excursions. So yes, here it is. And wow. You know what the thing is with these? Here's this. I would do them more often, you know, but try finding like one good picture of what this character really looks like. I dare you. Like, this is like, so what I did with this, this is crazy. I literally used this piece of paper, this, what do you call it, watercolor paper. It's thick, obviously, right? Like, I think it's 140 pounds. Is it 140 pounds? What is it? 140 pound, yes, it is. 140 pound watercolor paper. So I put this up against my computer screen. The picture was like this, so I blew it up, obviously. It was nothing but digitized. Like, I could barely, like, you'd have to go to the other side of the room to, like, make out, you know, things, right? So I put my paper right up against the screen, and I tried my best to, like, figure out shapes, you know, and refine them a bit, and things like that. So I'm, like, kind of, like, I'm tracing it. I'm tracing blobs, you know, like I'm tracing blobs of things. Because there was no lines, it was like all fuzz, man. So, and again, like even at medium size, you couldn't really tell exactly what all those designs are and all that stuff. So this was so hard to do, man. But I did my best to try to, you know, get the spirit of them at least. I think these are kind of bronzish, so I'm gonna put some yellow after. But this is gonna be an entirely gray, washes of gray, and very very fine detail, like very very fine inking to, you know, like I'm gonna really feather and crosshatch the crap out of it to make it like to give it the feels, you know. So yes, so before that even happens, I have to sort of tighten up the pencils, and then check on this guy to make sure I can. So I really want to finish him tonight. I really want to finish him tonight. So still very damp, but so we've got this from Elden Ring. I thought it was Elden Scrolls. Or scroll, or maybe that's the same thing, but a different. You know, understandy. Oh, bombastic business. You know, I'm surprised it took you this long to tackle the Five Nights gang. Yes! Yes! Oh, my goodness. Yeah, truer words have never been spoken, bombastic business. Yes. It's true. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I should. And you know what? They're relatively easy. Like they're relatively, like they're. You can make them way harder than what they are, but like they have a very simple design. You know. This is awesome, by the way. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet. If you enjoy the content. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell. No problem, man. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. I love doing this for you guys, and this whole thing of being in the studio and doing live streams. This is something that people have been asking me to do since the very beginning, and I've tried to over the years, and now I finally feel that, you know, the setup is kind of good, and you know, we can do it. So I'm really enjoying doing these. If you guys are liking it, showing you the process and all the things I have to kind of go through to you know, this one was 10 times worse than Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman was a cakewalk compared to this guy. So in finding a coherent photo, you know. So yeah, and there's all kinds of noodling going on inside this, but this sort of, well, Elden Ring on his chest, I would imagine, represents that. It is relatively black inside, very black inside, dark, very dark. So, but you know what? I'm gonna take my I'm gonna take my kind of time with this, and I'm going to maybe take a few liberties with the way things sort of look in places. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know a damn thing. I have no idea what the texture of his armor's like or anything, you know. So I'm really I mean, you know, aside from the obvious, right? But it's metal, you know, it's iron or steel or whatever. It's got that chrome, or maybe not chrome, maybe not that far, but it's got that black, maybe flat black, um, that flat black feel to it, you know. Yeah. And you know what? And that's maybe what I'm gonna go on. That's what I'll have in my head then, because that's the, you know, you know, you really couldn't tell, like I said, from the photo, right? So who knows what's going on in this guy, you know, in places, right? So that's why, again, I just kind of broke open the mask or the helmet here, and you know, I'm showing his teeth, you know, and his jaw, and because there's not a lot of places where you could kind of zombify him, other than, like, you know, kind of, yeah, put arrows in him, do this thing with his mouth. But I don't want to screw around too much with the armor, because I really like it, and it's a defining thing. It might be the only defining thing this dude's got, you know. But so I want to kind of keep that intact, you know, whatever it is. Like, and again, I'm making it up. Like, I'm kind of going by this super pixelated rendering of him, you know. So please please excuse my interpretation, you know. Yeah, because that's all I had to go on. And yeah, remember the other night I did Mutant Pud from Little Big Planet? Membner. Yeah, now if you see, this is the sketch. This was the sketch. So that's what I kind of did with, or no, with the other one, the Five Nights at Freddy's. I had a sketch, and I was able to use it as a underlay, which was really good. So I'm gonna do this because I don't want to get my hands. I don't want to smudge things too much. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of, like I said, I'm gonna kind of make things up. You know, maybe even areas where there's like blood and gore hanging off of them. Yeah, I'll try to make him look cool. You know, I'll try to make him look cool, despite not really knowing what he looks like. Yeah, there, there. Yeah, you know what? It's all about defining, like, you know, the areas. Um, oh yeah, there's some gore there, and some maybe when an arrow went into him, but it broke off. Oh, you know what? That's another thing too. I can actually do arrows that have broken off. I kind of like doing this too, where, you know, yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. Okay, just checking the chat. It's all clear. I can continue on my merry little way here. Hope you guys are having a great evening and a great start to the week. I'm Rob Sachetto. This is the studio. I'm drawing zombies. Nothing but zombies. And that is my whole thing that I do. And I welcome you into my studio to watch me draw and check out some techniques and some methods and some steps that I take and the materials I use. You know, if you want to pick up those things and try to do art like this, you know, with this sort of style or this sort of the method, and you find it, you know, kind of easy and simple to understand, and then duplicate to a degree for your own artistic purposes, then by all means, you know, do so and let me see your results. I'd love to see your results. If you have a DeviantArt page, I would love to see your stuff. Leave your credentials for that, or the link rather, in the comments below. I'll get that out. You know what, guys? Literally concentrating on this arrow. Wanted to make this arrow really cool, and you know what? I had this vision of it looking like that, and I kind of wanted to see it, you know, come to pass. So I kind of zoned out there. Sorry. I'll do that. I'll do that. You know. He did it again. He zoned out again. He's got an early stage. He's got early stage distracto syndrome. Do I ever? Yes. So, Elden Ring, Onion Ring, Elden Ring. I'm doing it, man. I'm finally doing it. Okay? Finally. Stop it. Stop the harassment. No, I'm finally doing it, and it's for you fans, man. Yeah, who have harangued me. Again, I'm kidding, obviously, but many people have asked for Elden Ring, and finally here it is. And again, another finally tonight, Five Nights at Freddy's, and let's see if that's. You know what? I can actually add another wash. And again, this is part of the process, guys. Of course. What was it? Brown fur. He's plastic or whatever. Yellow round eyes. Top muzzle. Oh yeah, right. The top muzzle. Boop boop. Okay, so I'm gonna do, what is it? Yellow round eyes. This. Yeah, this is yellow, but only in the movie poster. I don't think the actual character has that, but I'll use the movie poster sort of. I kind of like the extra layer of another thing there, and then this, and then everything else is brown. That's black. Okay. Whoosh. Gotcha. So a pale yellow, and a brown. That'll make a nice sort of, and then a little bit more yellow in there, and then a little bit more pale. Throw in the pale. Oh yeah, even the eyelids are brown. Brown. Not brown. And the muzzle. There. Yeah. Well, you know, that's I'm going to downplay it further with likely some gray. Gray. Put some gray in there. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be a little because I feel that's a little bit too punchy, too bright. Like it's too intense. Um, so I'm gonna have to, yeah, tone it down, tone it down, and tone it down in there with some probably this. Yeah, that works a little bit. Boop, boop. So, using the watercolor almost like a marker, but it's a brush instead. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of coloring that in that fashion, you know. So maybe think of it that way if you're intimidated by brush, you know, just pretend it's marker, you know, to climatize yourself to the, you know, to the medium, right? You know, and before you know it. There, there, there. Okay, so now I'm gonna do. What is this color? What did I just do? What did I do? What did you do? What have you done? That's a nice sort of, yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, and his cheeks were sort of red, and his cheeks were sort of red. His cheeks were sort of red. Yeah. His cheeks were sort of red. Yes, the hat, the top hat, top it. Well, you know what? I can, because everything's going to be black back there. I can go right over that. Do whatever I want. I can go right over that. Freedom. Yeah, because that's all going to be black. Anywho. But for this hat, there will be some color in there. Yeah, making it not entirely black because there is going to be a shadow across it. So there, and I'll just wipe this brush off here. Just to, you know, adding ink on top of the watercolor paper is always better when after there's a few layers of watercolor paper on there. It actually helps the ink permeate the paper better and have a faster and easier coverage. So that's again, that's one of the things I learned by doing this process. And again, like, I don't know, I created this process for myself. I didn't kind of like, I've never kind of looked in books to see what kind of materials or anything to use. I'm not that kind of artist learner guy. So I'll kind of do it because I think it'll work. And then if it doesn't, I'll try something else. But, you know, I'm on that sort of path with art where it's like you're learning You're learning how to do things, not by other, like you're maybe looking at other people's stuff, but you're not even analyzing it to the point of what are they doing. You know, you're kind of just doing what you want to do, how it works for you. You know, so yeah, and then you create your own sort of method, I guess. You know, and whether other people do it or not is immaterial. You know, yeah, like I'm 1,000% sure, 1,000,000%, 4,000,000,000%. I'm 1,000% sure. I'm not the only one who does art in this way. You know, I'm sure there's many other people that do art in this way. I just learned how to do this method on my own. So even like those little things that I say, like, oh, put in the gray wash helps fill in those cracks when you're putting color, when you're budding colors up, and don't want them to touch. That gray helps to sort of fuzz that gap, and those are things you kind of learn because, where are you gonna, like, how are you gonna learn that in a book? Like, is someone gonna say that, and in relation to what? And it seems way more work to find out if that's a thing in text rather than to kind of do it yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, that's my take on it, right? That's my take on stuff. So there we go. That is the third, I guess, second and third, maybe even wash. And the next one is going to be the brown. And you know what? Maybe I can actually use some of this for the teeth down here. So I like the idea of the teeth being like rotting and like, I think even if they take some of that muzzle color from the onto the teeth, I think it'll be still fine. Yeah, because I'm even gonna brown them up a little more. I think they're rotting, man. They're rotting. They're rotting teeth. Zombies have rotting teeth, man. It's gross. Like, imagine if you had a rotting tooth. How gross that. Well, their whole thing, their whole grill and back and everything is a clinical mess, man. Like a dentist nightmare. You wouldn't touch that. He's dead, Jim. So there you go. Awesome. I love that. That's great. It's coming along. He's coming along. He's got a good father. Then I'm gonna add more to what's this guy again? Elden Ring Black Knight. How am I not remembering that? Elden Ring, fool. Elden Ring, fool. So I'm contemplating doing a for next year's cons. I'm contemplating doing a $5 box of prints. So all the prints in that box are $5. So I'm thinking about doing that. You guys let me know. That's a good idea or not. Gee, I wonder what are you going to say about that? But seriously, I think I'm going to do that, and because here's the thing, like, and normally that would be for like old stock or whatever, but this is stuff that's more obscure, and I don't think like when people are flipping through the boxes looking at the prints, I don't think they read well like that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, instead of having a box of all this like stuff like that, I'm just gonna go, okay, this box is like a $5 a print box, So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And there's super great stuff in there, like, it just like, again, it doesn't. I don't think it reads well in the boxes, and I often don't have enough table space to display those things too. I want to put my new stuff out, so To be honest, I think the simplicity for the Freddy's animatronics is really charming. They're not terrifying, but they do have some cool energy to them. Yes, I absolutely agree. Yes, it reminds me of Gremlins in a way. Yeah, you know that same kind of like charm, like the Furby, the Gremlin, like the ET to a degree. You know that kind of animatronic, big-eyed, type creature, right? So yes, it's very cool. Yeah. They have a very simple, and of course, when you're doing video games, the more simplistic, design that you can come up with that works, that is really that you can really kind of do anything with is the best. The more simplistic, the better, right? It's like animation, or at least that's how it used to be. I don't know what they kind of do now in terms of like. I think it's still a process where it's pretty arduous. I think you can't just whip up a cartoon. It takes a lot of animators and design guys and stuff like that. Like I don't think they do like AI stuff yet for those. I think it's still like fairly hands on. You know, it's all digital, of course, but yeah, the animators are they still have to create the stuff, like the images. So yeah, that's another crazy whole. I don't even know like how that works anymore. You know, I used to know. Yeah, like cell animation, it's kind of like pretty straightforward, and then obviously computer generated animation is like has been a thing for a long time. So yeah, I totally get that. But I don't know what they do for those big budget movies, like Zootopia and stuff. And by the way, if you want to see, I actually did the two characters, the fox and the bunny from Zootopia, the other day on the live stream, so you can check those out. I actually posted the fox on Zombie Daily this week, so check that out too. Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below this fine video that you're watching. So yeah, check out Zombie Daily for sure for incredible and plentiful, non-stoppable zombie art, man, that I've done these many years. So as of next year, Zombie Portraits has been around for 20 years. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Zombie Portraits. So yes, indeed, get yourself a zombie portrait, guys. Go to zombieportraits.com. Grab yourself a zombie portrait. Get one for a zombie lover, horror lover. You get a genuine painting from Rob Succhetto, that's me, inventor of zombie portraits. Yeah, man, it's a wonderful, wonderful gift. Incredibly affordable, but that can't hold forever. So please do order a zombie portrait as soon as you can. Just letting y'all know. Yeah, I think I changed the price like $10 since 2006. So yeah, yeah, pretty. I don't know how many businesses could say that, but yes, indeed. Get a zombie portrait. I'd be glad to and honored to create one for you. And it is a custom, original piece of art that you will get in the mail. And a wonderful, wonderful gift. As so many people have expressed to me over the years. I've been so blessed with that too, man. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, that has just been a wonderful, wonderful thing. Oh my goodness, yeah. yeah, it's nice to hear the joy of, you know, the people, the fans, the people who got their zombie portrait, and you know, unsolicited, you know. I you know, I didn't put out a questionnaire or anything like that. They contact me and just tell me how wonderful the gift is, and I'm so honored to hear that, you know, from folks. So yeah, to guys, like, to an artist guy like myself, all of those wonderful gestures mean everything, you know, to dude like me. I love doing this type of work, and I feel like I'm doing it for the fans, you know, who love this kind of stuff, like I do, you know. I'm still very much a fan of all of this kind of stuff, you know. And yeah, man, yeah, I really enjoy doing this. It's not like I don't feel like I'm shortchanging myself or wasting my art potential on doing this, you know. Like, I feel that it does everything I want to do in art, you know. It provides all of those things, you know. And when it doesn't, I do other things, you know. So yeah. You know, so yeah, I love doing this. Again, it's not like it's not 24/7. It's part of my art that I do, but not all of it, you know. So yeah. So again, I am just making stuff up, and I'm trying to use educated guesses here in areas, and for some of the details in this. And this is the Black Knight from Elden Ring. I can't even remember that name. I can't. Elden Ring. Elden Ring. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. There, boom. I just made that up. Well, look, I just made up a word. Yeah, I just made that up. I'm like, it might have been there. It could have been there. I don't know. So I traced this with this watercolor paper, like this super thick watercolor paper, from my screen, from my computer screen, from my monitor, from a photo or a rendering so digitized. I was tracing blobs. I was just tracing shapes, like there was zero definition or anything. And that's after I like tried cleaning it up as much as I could and giving it the, like, you know, contrast and all that to be able to see it properly. So this is just as close as I could possibly come to this character, you know. Yeah. So I hope I'm doing okay, guys. Elden Ring aficionados, people who have requested this, and you know what really is cool too. There's another one. There's another character, the Death Ring guy or something, or the Death Knight, I guess. He's got this, like, it's kind of a helmet like this, but he's got this like round cross thing on it. It looks really cool. I might do that next. Yeah, because I think that looks actually pretty cool. And even if it isn't, you know what? I've done so many like super gore covered knights and like people, like armored characters. I love doing those, man. I love doing those. Yeah, those are awesome. I'm going to bed. Good night, man. thanks for letting us all know. That's awesome. Bombastic Business. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out the drawings for a bit, getting your daily dose of the undead. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in and keep me company while I draw stuff, man. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And there, like, I don't know. I think that's kind of, I don't know. I think he's got some kind of, yeah. It's not plaid or anything. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm making that up totally. This was pixelated. This was an entirely pixelated thing that I was using as reference. So yeah. So my apologies if it's not 100% accurate to the character, you know. But I don't know where you could find a really good shot of this character in order to, you know, do a drawing of it or do another rendering of it, man. You know. Yeah. Yeah. There. You know what? Maybe I'll put a. Yeah, an arrow there. Yeah, there. I like that. I like that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm kind of making this up as I go. But you know, I really tried to get as much information down as I could. But like I said, I was basically trying to capture blobs in order to draw this guy because it was just an entirely pixelated entirely pixelated rendering, you know. But you know what? Like I'm actually digging this. It's almost like his helmet is part of his zombification, you know, and I kind of dig that because I couldn't really tell what it was, you know. So I'm kind of fusing his head into the helmet almost, you know. Or it looks organic anyway. Like it looks organic, you know. Yeah. Maybe put one of those in there. Yeah, yeah. You guys do anything geeky today? I picked up Hulk number 200 today. That was my crowning glory of the day. Yeah, picked it up. It was not a super awesome copy, but complete, and pages were good, you know. So yeah, Hulk 200. Filled up that void in my soul. now I can live a little longer. Yeah. So there we go with my geeky thing of the day. Let me know what you did, if you did anything geeky today, if your whole day was geeky. Nerd things. It's only Monday, so by Wednesday, I'm sure we'll all have done something incredibly geeky, like going to the comic store for a new comic book day. New comic book day. Yeah, I'm just making stuff up. But you know what? It kind of, again, I don't know if anybody would even notice. Like, because you really can't see. Like, you know what? Here's the thing. I think I got all the actual, I think I got all the areas, like the main areas figured out. Like, obviously, this round thing on his chest there. But, like, everything kind of looks like it would probably look. So that, it was a lot of educated guesses in order to like do this, right? So, like thinking, and I mean, you know what, man? Here's the thing: I'm not gonna do, oh, it's not. It doesn't look like real chainmail. I'm not gonna do real chainmail, man. You know, I'm not gonna really do chainmail drawing. But I'm gonna rip parts, I think. Yeah, there. That's good. Yeah. Adding a couple of things, yeah, not like, I mean, if he's a zombie, there's so much armor, right? Like, he's got so much armor and stuff on him, but if he's a zombie, like, he's, you know, showing it on the inside more. And that's why I've got this, like, area in his face where it's like, yeah, he looks like a monster almost. So, and again, I felt like I could kind of get away with that because he's so ambiguous looking in the photos or in the renderings, and there are no photos. So like I have to go by like really small, and I'm not like I've never seen this character before, like anywhere, and I had to go by the photo that the only good photo that was awful, you know. Yeah, so that's why like I said, it's very at the beginning of the live stream tonight. I said it was very difficult to find good photos of things sometimes, right? And it is, you know. And this is definitely one of them. Yeah. Let's see if. Oh, okay. I think he's probably dry enough for the next wash, which will be brown, brown, brown. Yeah. The cheeks are gonna be red, but I'm gonna add the red on top of the brown, like it's painted on almost. Because it kind of probably is. Or I think there's a difference in the. I think there's a difference in the plastic. Like there's an actual. I think there's an actual break in the plastic, but it's red. I'm gonna put brown on it anyway. Yeah, and just like the ears here, everything is good. And you know what? Again, I can go kind of outside of the thing. I could go outside the lines if I want to. I don't think I will, but if I wanted to, I could. I could even put some brown up here. And I might just do that in areas where, yeah, like just surrounding it. Yeah, just you know what? Just to muddy the color, add color. Where there's nothing, where there might be just gray, and you want to add something that's sort of, oh, there's a little bit of color in there. You have that option, right? Or you can actually make it just entirely black, you know. So, but I like adding details and stuff. Even if they're nonsensical sometimes. you know. I'm not Image Comics. I'm not that far, but that kind of detail. More Jeff Darrow, I guess, than Rob Liefeld. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna go around, and then again, his bottom lip is brown too. I'm gonna add some gray in there, a little bit of white with a little bit of yellow in it, and I'm gonna do the whole thing, and then I'm gonna add the red and stuff on top later. The blood. There. Okay. That looks great. Wow. That's nice. That's smooth. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do the eyebrows too. They're going to be black anyway. But there, that looks smooth. Wow. Huh. I wasn't even expecting that. But that's great. Wonderful. I'm going to add maybe a bit to the teeth there. You know what? I'm going to do this, I think. Yeah. There. Making the teeth look more rotten. Rottened. Maybe a bit more yellow. Yeah, he's a zombie, so, you know, a little bit more gore-ish colors, you know. Maybe brighten that up a little bit, but I'm going to put, the cheeks are going to be red, though. There's going to be red on the cheeks, and then there's going to be a lot of red, I guess, like, in the mouth area, because there's a lot of blood. He's like drenched. Yeah, and then there will be a lot of black in there too. There will. There will. You know? Yeah, I'm liking that. Oh, you know what? Can I put... No, I'm gonna... Should I put the red in now? Let me see. Let me see. I should put the red in now. Let's see. Check the chat. Oh, Scott Sawyer. Oh my goodness, Scotty, how you doing, baby? Been wowed by 30 plus years of this guy's work. Blew me away as a boy and still. Oh my goodness, wow! Thanks for the kind words, man. That is. That's very awesome for you to say. Thank you, man. Wow. I hope you're doing well, brother. You know you're always welcome here. You know I will you to do art. I know it's not always easy to do, but yeah, you need to, man. You need to. You need the outlet for sure. You know, but I love you, man. And thanks for stopping in and watching a bit. Yeah. It's my friend. So, adding the red in now might be a disaster. I'm gonna put that right up in that muzzle area too, right into the butt crack of his muzzle there. It literally does look like that on the movie poster. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It looks like a butt crack. It does. It looks like a fake butt. Skinner holding up the fake butt to his face so Bart could laugh at him. They go to the confiscation room or whatever, the room with all the contraband, the room with all the confiscated stuff. Fake butt. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anywho's gonna get some more red up in this and up in this. And again, I think even if it does kind of spread around a little bit in that brown, that's fine. That's fine, you know. Don't mind that. You know, it's okay. Colors mix. And you know, yeah, like that area too, it's almost like grimy and stuff too. So if it's not super clear, you know, that's why too. those. Oh yeah, and these, those, them, and these, those, them, and these. Yeah, there. Much bloodier than the actual poster itself. Actual poster itself. Yeah, what is this? This can't be PG. It's gotta be PG, right? Yeah. Because, yeah, they don't do R-rated movies, right? This is... that's so crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, this gotta be a PG. That's crazy that's a PG. Yeah. Or who knows? I really have no idea, man. Like, what movies are what rated what, and you know that stuff's so weird to me. Ratings. Rating system. Oh, my kid and friends love these creepy Five Nights guys. Yeah, Scott, I was saying earlier in the broadcast that we get request. I've been getting requests for Five Nights at Freddy's like for years and years and years, and finally, yeah, finally I'm doing at least one of them, maybe all of them eventually, but at least this one. Oh God, that's so good. Um, so yeah, but I'm thinking it too. I actually I'm doing a lot of finalies. I'm doing a lot of finalies, like especially like even this guy, this Elden Ring Black Knight guy. Like I've been asked about Elden Ring forever too. But Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah, way more, and way longer, I think. But I thought people were asking for Elden Scrolls before. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm finally doing the Five Nights at Freddy's guys is, and I'm gonna get some brown going here with this. Get some brown going here with this. Oh no. There. And then maybe a little bit there. Either way, no, that's fine. That's good. Okay, there. Excitement, she wrote. Excitement, she misspelt. There we go. I think that's good for now. We'll let that dry. Hey man, I'm almost ready to put a wash on this guy. Put a wash on this guy. Put a wash on this guy. This Elden Scroll guy. So yeah, I so for this, if you didn't, if you weren't with us earlier when I mentioned how I drew this, this comes from an incredibly small computer rendering, and it was the best thing I could find of this character. So I basically did whatever I could in Photoshop to make it to make it seeable past like this past the small size. So I took it into, I guess, pictures maybe, a program that just shows the image on the screen, and I put this 140-pound watercolor paper on the screen and tried tracing him, but like all I could see was like blobs of like digital paint, you know, because it was so like it was so awful. And then through the thick paper too is even more difficult to see, right? But not as bad as just the fact that I was like tracing blobs, you know. So I got them as good as I could, you know, as good as I could before, you know, putting the better pencils on them type of thing like I'm doing now. I did as good as I could, you know. So I think I hope that fans of this character know who he is when they see him, because man, I really tried, you know. Yeah. I really tried to get him right, you know. And yeah, I'm really trying to even, you know, get his armor and all of that stuff the right shade, you know. Like there's even some, I know there's some brass and things in the drawing, I think, anyway, from what I could tell from the super small, looked like brass, like these, I guess, tree things or whatever. I don't know what they are, but plants of some kind. I don't know. Looks like some kind of tree. Maybe like the white tree of death. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'm making this up as I go along because I was basically drawing blobs of digital paint, you know. So yeah, this was hard to get. This was hard to get right because I had no idea what I was doing. Like I could see it. I could see the shape obviously of him, you know, but like, yeah, it even at that, it screws with your brain too, because you're looking at digital things and you're trying to interpret it as line, you know, and it's hard to do that and pick up from where you just left off and stuff too. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna see if I can see it through the watercolor paper, and I could just barely, and yeah, just went to task, man. I'm like, okay, that circle thing is obviously there. Boom, boom, boom. How many? I could barely see how many, like, folds are here or there. You know, what even the designs were. You know, like I said, I think they're like a tree of some kind or a plant or I don't know, something. And yeah, like all the other things, like where was there, what do you call it, chainmail armor there, or is that, what is that? You know, is that just fabric? You know, because I couldn't tell. You know, so yeah. It was hard to see. You know, again, even the Batman, the absolute Batman was easier than this. And that was pretty hard. I had to use four reference photos for that Batman one. But I think it's good though. I really like that one. I think it turned out great. I love how gritty it is. You know? Because I just drew him on the paper with little construction, and I think like I didn't use a sketch. Like I didn't do a sketch of him first. I could do a better one with a sketch normally. So maybe I'll do like an ultimate absolute Batman zombie. You know, one that's really like, one's from a sketch that has like, you know, that I really go to town on, with like veins and spikes and all kinds of wicked stuff, you know. So yes, perhaps I shall. But I gotta get to Cape Fear 2, man. I gotta get that going. Cape Fear 2 on the way. Yeah, right after my last con, diving right in. You guys can join me on the journey of Cape Fear 2 right here on the live stream. Guys, please subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. And if you'd like, please subscribe also to the Patreon. Everybody's got a Patreon. why not me? It's a great place to show art and to have people support you, to create more art. Um, for $2 a month donation, the proceeds of your donation go directly to art supplies, and that's all I use the funds for. Is to get new art supplies to create more art for this page and the live stream, of course, too. So you'd be perpetuating that very, very process, and there are perks as well. I do encourage you guys to check out Zombie Daily for just even the vast amounts of zombie drawings, paintings there done by me, of course. Yes. So check that out and enjoy the art, man. Zombie Daily. Please subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Hit that bell for notifications on new content coming out too. I cannot stop grinding, man. I love the grind. I'm part of the grind. I'm in the grind. I'm of the grind. And I draw often and always. Both of those things. And you guys can watch my process and maybe pick up some ideas on how to do things on your own too, with your art. Like, see how I do it, and then you guys can actually use those methods until you grow out of them and do other things. You can use the methods for yourself. The procedure, the ways in which I do things art-wise. Yeah. If you dig it, if you dig it, I hope you guys do. I hope you guys do enjoy the art here being created, man. Yeah, and I do appreciate your interest and your support. Really, really means a lot to me, guys. Please like the video. Hope you're digging the videos, man. I hope you're really liking the videos and the content that I'm doing. There. I think that's a pretty good. Penciled version. What time we got? Okay, good. I think that's a pretty good penciled version. Now, I hope... Oh, man, that's still so wet. Okay. That's a pretty good penciled version of that. Now, I'm going to put the gray on him, and he'll be ready to ink pretty soon. Because, yeah, he's pretty simple. At this point, it's just all, rendering and details that way, man. Yeah. And again, I'm going to be making a lot of it up as I go along, because I really don't have a choice. There are no good pictures of some characters, and it makes it almost impossible to do them, I think another one was Call of Duty, and I was like, but which characters to do, Yeah, so I don't know. I don't play the games, right? I just don't have time to do that. So yeah, I don't know which character. And then the characters are very sometimes difficult to find good reference photos of, So yeah. Anyway, I love this gray. Oops, sorry. I love this gray. I'm going to put this gray on him. Putting on gray. Yeah, putting on the gray. It is a cool gray, but that's fine. That is fine. Because this is just one of several washes that I'm going to put on him. And I hope the people who like Elden... What is it? Elden Ring. Jeez, you think I could ever remember that name? I hope the people that like Elden Ring actually really dig this version of the Black Knight. It's probably one of the clearest. It's probably one of the clearest shots of him ever created. I couldn't find any. Yeah, that was hard, man. Like I said, I drew this out of a pixelated rendering. Yeah. It was awful. So yeah, a lot of this is made up. I extrapolated. That's what I kind of mean more. Like I did make it up. That's and extrapolated. I had enough. I think that I could extrapolate from. But again, just barely, man. Like this was really like even the gray I'm putting on right now, which is pretty dark. Even with my tampering to try to make it better, it was so dark that you couldn't really tell what anything was, and again, it was, rendered in some kind of digital way, and it was super small, so, yeah, it was very hard to see what I was doing here. Yeah, incredibly hard. Oh, you know what? Boom, I'll just do this, yeah. Yeah, very light. Very light. And yeah, therefore it will toucheth. There. And then the arrow and then the stick. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. I'm just gonna wet it a little bit, get it all nice and smooth. I always have a ton of stuff on the go. So I'll let this and Five Nights at Freddy's one dry. There. You know what? This is actually not bad. Like looking at it like this is way better than the photo I got it from. Yeah, and I'm sorry to say, over and over, but it was. I wish I could show you. How difficult it was to do this one, man. But I really wanted to do it because, again, I've had so many fans ask for this character, and then from characters from the, I guess, video game that it is. I guess it's a video game. Yeah, some kind of video game. I don't know what kind of video game it is. But yeah, I think, and maybe even a card game. I don't know. But yeah, Elden Scrolls or whatever. Yeah, yeah. So here we go with Five Nights at Freddy's again. I'm putting some gray in the eyes there. Boom. Metal there with a little bit of gray. Yeah. The nose. Gray. I'm gonna make most of it black, and I think it's almost ready to ink. And there I go, making more wetness again with the watercolor. But you know what? Here's the thing, man. I'd rather make it. I'd rather make it dense here and better than do this fast. Yeah, I want to put a little time in this one. Again, I don't do a lot of sketch. I do most of these recently, working them out all on the paper, and they're very sketchy, but some of them I actually do a sketch for, and then I use that sketch to make a really good rendering. And this, I think, is one of those really good renderings. It's a better one than usual, the usual where I work everything out on the page. Yeah, those are tough. Like those are harder to make super nice because you're doing all the working out of the thing right on the page. So you see all of those changes that you made over the course of that drawing. Whereas when I use when I have a sketch and trace the sketch that I do, it's very refined when it gets to this point, like on the watercolor paper. You know, it's already like very, you know, um, well rendered and cleanly rendered. And that's why I do that. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm kind of looking for this, but not really. I'm also kind of looking for this, and what else? This, and is it this? Yes, this. All right. Now here we go with some rendering on this bear guy, this Five Nights at Freddy's guy, and this is the kind of rendering I'm gonna do on the he's a zombie man, so I'm actually really getting in gross and stuff. The texture of his outer shell is rotting. Yeah. And so are his teeth. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, that's damp. That's why. I'm like, how come it's it's harder to push through this area because it's wet still. Yeah, sometimes it's like I really want to, get going on it type of thing, and I might jump the gun a little bit. Yeah, sometimes. Just wanted to check the chat. Had a lot of people on the chat tonight. Wow. And yes, thank you for all the people on chat tonight. That is wonderful to see. I love that. If you've subscribed recently, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you to all subscribers, young and old, new and old, young and old too, and yeah, no age even. I don't know, right? So I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this to sort of go like, you know what, guys, this is a lot of fun. If you're into zombies, man, and if you're into art, like traditional art, and you're into pop culture, like this, and yeah, and if you like watching art, like the art process and all that stuff, this is the live stream for you, man. Like if you like all those things, right? So yeah, hop on board for sure. Yeah, if you're into any of those things, right, or all of those things, so because they're all kind of here, and I like talking about the pop culture things as well, in terms of movies and comics and things of that nature. So yeah, man, I dig talking about that kind of stuff too. Because yeah, I'm right into it, man. I'm right into it, like most of you guys are, you know. There, I wanted to get some nice jagged teeth in there. Love that. I really love those strings of saliva and stuff. kind of that Bernie Wrightson-ish thing. But I think that existed before Wrightson, but I remember Wrightson doing that a lot with his monsters. Yeah. So Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm finally doing it. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Wow. And yeah, already a sort of a horror, well defined, I guess, or well established rather, character, I guess, in the horror genre, already, right? Because I guess the popularity of the game itself lended, to the popularity of the movies, right? So, yeah, and I guess that's why they're doing a second one. You know, I am not. I'm gonna make this tongue or whatever something weird and different. Yeah, but it's gonna work, I think. Yeah, I want to put a lot of like telltale signs of gore and even tendons maybe back there, like showing how stuff is. Oh, that's why it's wet too. Damn. Yeah, I'm like, I'm having a little trouble getting in there. It's slow. It's like, yeah, it's slow and it's like choppy because it's wet. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what happens when you jump the gun, right? You jump the gun a bit, and yeah. See, that's even damp too, but not as bad. But I'm doing the eyebrows like a certain way too, right? So with a little bit of detail, like sort of scratchy detail in there. Yeah. That those big eyelashes. Yeah. And the eye or the eyelids are super. Well, he's got those super thick eyelids too. I think that's a huge very big defining thing is those eyelids, those eyes, and the mouth. Basically, that's the whole thing, and very robotic like a really good marriage of the animatronic, things. How they look. I love how they incorporated that sort of exaggerated animatronic look in there. So yes, finally, Five Nights at Freddy's. It took me long enough, man. Indeed, but yeah, I'm really digging this. I'm really liking this a lot, and wow, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Just I wish it would. I wish it was super dry right now, but it's still damp, and I have to sort of choose the areas to ink wisely because yeah, like some of these areas are still dry. So hopefully they are still wet. Hopefully they dry up soon, and I can continue inking at a good pace. Because I really do want to get this done tonight for you guys. But this is the kind of texture I'm using for the mouth, for the flesh, I guess, because he's a zombie, but he's still an animatronic thing, right? So, but the flesh is rotting anyway. Yeah. Or so it would seem. See how this looks. Yeah, it's still very damp here. Like it's like the paper is even curled up, upward. Okay, so I'll do more stuff here then. There, curled upward. Yeah, if your watercolor paper does that, you can always bring it to the edge of your table and kind of just roll it over the side lightly, and it'll actually work out those. It'll work out those. Extreme uh, bends and things in your paper, in your watercolor paper. Yeah. The warping, the warpiness. There. Yeah, that looks. I like that. Looks mighty good. Works. Yeah, I didn't want to overdo like too much damage on them. Like I didn't want to put too much stuff going on. You know, yeah, I could do like I could definitely do another where he's like, almost organically like zombified. You know what I mean? But again, this is just a version of what could be a trillion different zombie versions of this character, right? So yeah, this is just one version of this character as a zombie. And again, I'm really laying on that rotting teeth kind of thing. Yeah, I love that. I love that visual for like an animatronic thing. You know, yeah, because seeing that organic sort of rot and stuff on an inorganic, you know, automaton basically is weird. You know, yeah. And then I don't even know. I don't even know what this is in his mouth. Like it kind of looks like a tongue, but it could also be like some kind of weird, like I don't know, growth that pops and infects more people and makes them zombies or whatever. You know. So yeah, I don't know. You gotta think of these things. You gotta think of these things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. And again, like this is not the way his nose looks at all. Like it's just a black nub. But again, I wanted to sort of hollow it out and make it look bony or like make it look like that plastic is bone instead. I don't know, but like whatever the substance, it's definitely you know zombified or made to look much more emaciated or rotting or dead. So yeah. And I could, like I said, I could go a lot further with this because the main aesthetic, as I mentioned earlier, is the eyes and the mouth. Those are the main aesthetics that tell you it's that character. That you identify with right away, and it's like, oh, that's that Five Nights at Freddy's bear thing, you know, because of those very obvious and rightfully so, and done specifically so, those traits, right? Those exaggerated animatronic features, that they did so well to create this character, and it's great. It's awesome. And now I get to zombify it, which is very fun. and for you guys to check out, you want to see your favorite character zombified, and it's just like a cover song, man. It's just a different version of that character done by someone else who probably loves that character just as much as you do and wants to put that much care into a rendering of that character in the way they like to do it. So it's like a tribute almost. I don't often do people or characters I hate. I normally do ones that I love or I'm interested in or that I find interesting. So or want to learn about. Sometimes like the Pokemon ones. I didn't know anything about Pokemon until I started drawing them, So, yeah, it's interesting sometimes what you pick up just because you want to get it right, you want to get the character correct, in doing it, because you want that version to be, something that people can identify easily with. They know what it is, instead of not selling it correctly, right? So yeah, you want to sell it, you gotta sell it. It's Canadian yarn art, fellas. Now go out there and sell it. It sells itself. And I'm putting these really, 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 really tiny lines. Tiny lines. Very, 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 you can see those? Yeah, very tiny. I'm going to put some more. These are more scratchy lines. Oh no. My little light went out. Sorry, guys. Now it's all super dark back here. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna make that darker, but I'm gonna start it out with these types of hatch lines and then see where it goes. Cause yeah, I wanted to make it black. It should be black, but I kind of like that reflective light thing going on. Like on the bottom of the face, I kind of like that. And just little pieces of grit and broken parts, and yeah, like all kinds of like little abrasions. Little there. Yeah, what do you think, guys? Yeah, what do you think, guys? Good so far? Holla if you hear me. Good night, brother. Keep up the awesome work. All right, Mr. Sawyer. Today's Scott Sawyer, mean guy. Do 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 do. Yes, Mr. Sawyer. Thank you for stopping in, definitely, and hope to see you again. And I hope to see you again soon. I hope to see you here, and yeah, visit again when you have the chance, when you're in the area. Yeah, man. I hope you guys are having a great evening. Working on Five Nights at Freddy's character. I even looked for his name online before I came here, and I'm like, I gotta remember that name because I used I think a spelling of his name for, I think I might use it for the thumbnail. I don't know. And like a rendering of his name, and now I can't, Fazbear or something. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah. Anyway, a character from Five Nights at Freddy. Freddy Fazbear? I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm an old man. Guys, I hope you're digging the video. I hope Five Nights at Freddy's fans will enjoy this zombie rendering of their character from the video game movie franchise. Yeah, I've been asked to do this character like a trillion times, and no, not that many times, but many times, and characters from the like franchise itself, and I've yet to do any of them until now, and that's what I'm working on right now. You guys are watching me do it, you perverts, and you guys are watching me draw, and hopefully enjoying it, and you guys are watching me draw specifically the Freddy Bear from Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah. So this is more, I would say, the movie version. I think more on that side of things, the movie version. The video game version, I think, is a lot more simplistic, but and cool. You know, again, it's a character I could do over and over again, and different versions of, you know. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll do another version one day. I don't know. Like, after doing one, the last thing you want to do is ever do one again. You know, you want to do something else. And that's the wonderful thing about, you know, having done so many zombie drawings over the years. I never get tired of it because there's always something next. You know, there's always something else to zombify, and it's incredible. You know, and I love doing it, and doing it in different ways, and doing it with different things. You know, and doing it for people who want a zombie portrait even. You know, it's wonderful to be able to do that for someone. Give that person a zombie portrait, you know. Like for zombie fans and horror fans, it's one of the best gifts I've heard them ever get. Like, they literally tell me, you know, it's the best gift they ever got. You know, a zombie portrait, and I'm like blown away by that. I mean, that's so like wonderful to hear, you know. And it's kind of like, it's a personal thing too, right? So I kind of understand, you know, because it's not like a store-bought thing. You know, it's a one-of-a-kind thing that only you have of you, done by a professional person, and like there's nothing like it on earth, right? So that's a very, very cool, you know, combination of things for a person who's already into that kind of stuff, right? Like, wow, you know. So if they're into like zombies or horror or whatever, getting them something like that is like, whoa, you know, incredible, right? So yeah. Well, those things just don't exist that much. You don't see commercials for that, right? You know, you don't see a lot of that happening out there, and You know, I'm kind of here to tell you, yeah, it exists, man, and I do it, and I've been doing it for as of next year, 20 years, man, 20 years. Zombie Portrait's 20th anniversary next year. So yes, man, I've been doing it for a long time and loving it, and loving it. Now I drive the bus. Yeah, so really digging it and enjoying it, enjoying doing it for you guys. You know, making those memories, man, and you know, doing zombie portraits for folks who really love them, and man, like I put my all into those things. You know, for the fans, man, because I know how much, you know, they're appreciated, you know. So yeah, man. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, please do. If you want to see more content, ring that bell for more content. Hit the bell and yeah, subscribe, like the videos if you wouldn't mind. That would be tremendously awesome of you guys. I know that like I often forget to like videos, and I then go back and like the videos from the creators that I subscribe to, because yeah, I want to see more content from them, you know. So I do, you know, very much do that for the creators that I follow on YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, guys, doing Five Nights at Freddy's. Finally, finally, I'm doing it. Yes, indeed. It's definitely being a month of finalies. Uh, let's see, the Demon Slayer, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Five Nights at Freddy's, the this Elden Ring Night, um, Newton Pud. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on. Like, I've done so many new um, requests and customs. Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, an Arnold Schwarzenegger one recently too. Oh my goodness, yeah, that one was a really fun one, and I think I got the actual live stream of that here too. That was a live stream event as well, doing that one. Um, so yes, indeed. There's so much content here, guys. Check it all out. Um, yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And you know what? You can subscribe to my Patreon page as well. And if you could, um, you know, put in two bucks a month for art supplies. That's where all the proceeds from my Patreon go. Everybody's got a Patreon nowadays. I've had a Patreon for a long time, and I've never hit my goal. I've never hit my goal on it. It's unfortunate, but you know, I want to, you know, be able to use or show you guys me using the art supplies that you get, like that you sort of fund, you know. So I go and buy like new stuff, and like usually do a little review on it too. Like this, for example, is a dollar store pen, but it works so great, you know. So you know, giving you little reviews on supplies too is also part of it, and it's fun. So yeah, if you want to help me out there, that would be absolutely wonderful. That's such a great honor right there, to have your support in that way. I would be absolutely honored for that, for that from you. Um, yes, and as I mentioned, all of the proceeds from that Patreon page go to art supplies, for me to create more art for you to watch and to check out. So a nice little circle of life there. Yeah, this looks like almost a George Zaffino drawing. And if you look up George Zaffino, you'll be like, yes, it does. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All those hatch lines. When I said, oh, it's gotta be black. It's gotta be all black. Ugh. Weak. I can't do it. I can't do it all black. You know what? I'm gonna do the background all black. That's for sure. That's for darn sure. That'll be black. Like I feel compelled uh, to do hatch lines or have nuts and bolts and little details in there. You know, I'm always compelled to do that. Yeah, I'm making it darker. I'm making it darker. Yeah, I wanted it to be darker for the teeth. You know, the teeth to show up better, right? And you know, make that mouth look more menacing by being open, and you know, you just see that blackness in there, right? So yeah, but this is gonna, you know, I think that's gonna be okay. Yeah, there, boy. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. I gotta put those lines in there. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll use all black. I think if I would have started this out dark first, like thick holding line first, I would have maybe made things a little darker. But I'm going kind of backwards. I'm going really, really, really tight detail and rendering, and then putting the heavy holding line on after, like after I'm done. You know, after I'm done the drawing of it. You know, so yeah. And you know, putting little abrasions and little lines and things that you know happen in a horror situation. Horror. Yeah, there we go. What do y'all think? What do you think of that? Good? Good? Okay. Okay. Okay, I hear you. There. There. So I'm putting in a little I'm putting in a little line there that will show where the hat ends, because this is all going to be black in here, and that's all going to be black there. And then this line here is also going to be black. This in here is going to be black. All like very, very, very black. Like I don't no, I'm not gonna put any. I'm not gonna put any sort of details in there other than maybe like one or two of those things, but that's about it there. And this inside the ear. It's almost like his ear is infected or something. But he's got it, but he's plastic though. I guess it's plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. Yeah, it's that really thick industrial plastic that they use for food court tables, man. Yeah, that's why these things are like invincible. Food court tables. Food court tables. There. There. Uh-huh. Now, I'm going to do the... Oh, you know what I think I'm going to do first, though, is... oh, yeah, I have a red. Don't I? Don't I have a red in here? What is that? Grapefruit. Grapefruit? No. Geranium? Giraffe? What is that? It is geranium. That is geranium. Let's see how geranium works. See how geranium works for red, for the redness of the blood. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, how about that? Oh, wowee. That's a nice red. Yeah, look at that. Look at the intensity of that. That's great. Yeah, and that's, again, that's a little dollar store marker set. You know, a little dollar store marker set, and there you are. You know, you tell me what you think of the results of these little pens, these little markers, this little marker set. You know, like that's a pretty intense red, man. I love that. Geranium. Yeah. So that's nice. And you know, again, like, you know, if you help support Zombie Daily on the Patreon page with a $2 donation a month, you know, I could be using all kinds of other different methods and paints and things to for you guys to see me use on these zombie drawings and stuff. And you can watch me do that as well. You know, so those are like dollar store pens. And there's a bunch of, there's so many ways to go after that, you know, with those materials, right? So, yeah, it's interesting to see what you can get, you know. And I'm very frugal when it comes to light orange. Is that right? Light orange. Wow. What's this? Oh, this is tangent. I can't really tell. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to now start with a very, very thick holding line. And that is going to start right there. And even with the blood coming from the, like, dripping from the ear here, I'm going to maybe just, I'm going to outline it anyway, and then I'll probably fill it in with some of this, or maybe I'll leave it that intensity. I don't know. Yeah. But this really works. I think this really, you know, I think this really works well. I think it's a great painting and drawing. This is not bad. I'm really happy with the results so far. I hope you guys dig it too. It's definitely Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, you know, there's no question about it there. And that's the main thing I want to, you know, that's what I always want to maintain is the look of the character, you know. Yeah. So I think, as you well know, so I think that's good. You know, I think that's good. I think it's really good. People, I think, will know that it is this character for sure. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of nice details in there, and wow, those pens are great. Such a fine, soft, wonderful line there. I'm getting so yeah, dollar store pens, man. Dollar store pens. It's incredible. You know. Yeah. Wow, that really. as almost like a mask. That's almost like a mask you could wear. It's almost that big. And putting in the black areas there. In the top hat. Save some space for that hole. Sort of hole there. And of course, nice thick holding line there. And for the hat too. And then I don't even know what I'm going to really use to fill, but I think I've got a few pens. Yeah, I think I've got a few pens that, you know what, I don't think there's that much fill, but there is some for sure. I'm going to do some of it right now by, you know, close filling this stuff. You know, it's all going to be black, so I'm you know, I'm using the Sharpie and doing the thicker holding line around it because it's all going to be black. So I'm putting a barrier so I don't, you know, I don't go over the line. I don't want to go over the line. It happens, man. It happens, you know. Yeah. So I really want to make sure that there's enough padding in there. You know, there's enough of a buffer zone. Buffer zone. Fix that. I'll fix that later. I'll add to that later. Well, you know what? In fact, what I'm going to do there is this. Let's see you guys, so you guys can see it here. Yeah, see? Robotic precision. Precision robotics. Our prototype, Rob Cicchetto here, can draw zombie drawings all day long with incredible precision. Incredible precision. And we really, really mean it. There. And we laugh legitimately. There. Looking good. Oh. Oops. There. Oh. Okay. Just wanted to check the chat. Whoops. There. And we're almost finished doing Five Nights at Freddy's, the Freddy's bear from Five Nights at Freddy's. And I also got Elden Ring, the Black Knight started. Yeah, my dudes, I'll be working on this probably in the next one because there's no way that thing's gonna take some time. Yeah, it's gonna. It looks like there's a lot of detail and gold leaf on that one. So and other leaves, gold and otherwise leaves on that guy. So yeah, that'll probably take quite a while to do. But you know what? It'll be one of those inking extravaganzas. If you guys want to watch me ink something for like nonstop for a long period of time and completely render it, this will be the one. This will be the one. And I think the next live stream I'll do that for you guys, and I'll take a better look at it too and see if I can, you know, even finer tune it to make it look more like the character. But it's nice and dry now. I could ink this right now, but I'm almost done this, which is awesome. I'm really happy with that, man. Having this done is fantastic, you know. getting a drawing like this and other stuff done at night is pretty good, you know, for what I'm doing, right? Which is zombie daily. So, but I'm gonna put some nice pale yellow in there, and here. I think that's really gonna pop it, and I'm gonna use some red in there and put some veins, red veins in the eyes. Yeah. When that dries, but for now, I'm just gonna use this and do some of the damage there on his head. There. I'll leave that just in case. Want to add some red there too. And I'm putting a little buffer zone because it's all going to be black in there. Now, you know, here's the thing. Theoretically, I can take this, scan it, and then just hit my paintbrush and blacken that all in. But I don't like working that way. I would rather use a pen and actually make the original drawing finished and have it black inside, you know, where it needs to be black. Yeah, like I could digitally, you know, put the black in and just throw this on a pile and that's it. But if anybody wanted to buy this, purchase it as an original, it wouldn't be complete. Like the black wouldn't be put in there. So I want to make sure the black's in there on the off chance that one day somebody would want to buy it and go like, oh, I love that. I want to own the original and you know, buy the actual original. You know, so the black's got to be there in the original, in my opinion. You know, so. And again, that's the beauty of having one of a kind original art. Like, there's not another thing like that anywhere on Earth, right? So having that specific piece really means something to me, anyway. You know. So, yeah. Okay. So now I am gonna fill in the blacks, and here we go. Because mostly, I'm going to wait for the eyes to dry. The eyes are going to be the only thing that I think I really need to work on a little, and then that's it. It's done. It's a done drawing. And we did it all tonight with the Elden Ring night too. Like, I mean, we drew that and put the first wash on it. So that's a lot of stuff. We did a lot tonight. For sure. That's going to be way better. This pen is, like most of them, die. Yeah. That's no good. That's no good. Okay. Yeah, and I could use India ink and a brush, but I really don't feel like breaking all that out right now. Let me get a little closer here. What do I got? What do I got? What's this? This is a gray, right? Yeah, it's a weird Copic marker gray. I think it doesn't even work well, does it? Oh no, maybe it does. Let's see. Ooh, that's really nice. I mean, it's not dark enough, but the coverage is good, I think. Really got to be careful. Yeah, well, you know, I'll go on top of that with black, and that should do it. Like, see, if I use it here even, it should work over that other black that I used. Yeah, it's got to be black. It's got to be black. you know. Phew. It smells weird. And this is a Copic marker that somebody gave me. I don't think I'd ever buy anything like this. It's not very practical. But hey, I use it. I'm using it right now, right? But again, like, look at how fast that died. I didn't really use this thing too much. Maybe I've had it for a long time and they just die. What's the... Like, once they die, they just die, right? Like, you don't put water in them or anything? Or what's the deal? Like... Does this see, why does that come off? Oh, there's nothing there. Yeah, like, why is this a thing? I don't get that. But anyway, okay. That's why they're so expensive. Why? Because that plastic thing? Yes. Yeah. So, all right, this is dead too now. All right. Another pen bites the dust, I guess. What else do I got? What else do I got? What else do I still got? What's this? Hello, what's this? No, you don't. You're not gonna use that. You're not gonna use that. You know what? I think I've got, oh boy. Do I? Oh yeah, I do. Oh, yes. Ah, yes, with your funding dollars, you helped, what? Oh my goodness! Talk about waste. There's 2 plastic covers on this thing. Oh my goodness. Well, definitely gotta recycle that. As if. There's two plastic covers on that. So there we go. So I got some new markers. With your funding dollars, helped me buy these markers recently. Yeah, because I did a little art supply run, and got some new art supplies, and these are some of them. Yeah, and these are great for fills, you know, until they're not. But that's pretty much everything. Everything's good until it's not, right? So yeah, we can forgive these markers. But that Copic marker I just used was gray. It was supposed to be a gray. And look at how black it is. Like, I can almost not tell the difference between this black that I'm using right now and that gray that I just used. So that's a really dark gray. But I really like oversaturating this paper because then you don't have to fudge with it too much when it's scanned, you know? Because I often have to scan it dark and then like fix it in post, basically, you know, darken it, change the levels, things like that, right? To make the black, because when it's scanned, it's like really patchy. You know, way more patchy than it is when you just look at the original. You know, there's always going to be patches, right, from your fills. Like, no matter what you use, it's never going to be like super smooth and undetectable that you used anything like marker or paint or otherwise. Like, there's usually going to be some sort of telltale signs of some kind of ink or paint or material going onto that surface, right? So, yeah. So you want it to be as smooth as you can, smooth as possible. And sometimes that may require another, layer of ink or marker or whatever. And I've tested this ink out too. This is really solid ink, so it doesn't fade easily. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not susceptible to liquids. Like, it doesn't bleed. You know, so it's good. And you know, you got to test out your materials, right? There. Five Nights at Freddy's finally. Five Nights at Freddy's finally. Ha ha! What do you think, guys? Yeah, we just did this. We just did this. We just did this, man. We just created this Five Nights at Freddy's really, really cool zombie rendering, man. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the teeth here, a little thicker holding line, pronounce them a little bit more. There. Yeah, just darken that up a little bit, and then darken this up a little bit. Keeping the same sort of like ghoulish detail in there. But, yeah, there we go. Maybe add a little bit more of a thicker holding line on that eyelid to make it look droopier. Eyelash. Billy Eyelash. Eyelash. There. Okay, what I'm gonna do for those eyes, I'm gonna make them look kind of weird. So, what's this? What is this? Blue? Sky blue. We'll see what this does. Okay, good. Yeah, that's weird. How about this? What's this? Put that on there. Put some of that on there. Yeah. Very, very striking. Oh. Oh. Hello. There. Yeah. How about that? Just some different blue from different markers and things to create some weird interchanges in there, in the eyes and stuff. And then you know what? I might even go and do something like this by putting a like bluish white in there and mixing it up even more and see what happens with that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. There. Yeah. There. Yeah, I like that. Like it's the contrasting colors are good there. That's really nice. Good. Right on. Well, I'm really happy with this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. I really had a great night tonight, guys. Thank you so much for coming and keep me company. I'm gonna say this is finished, but you know what? I will likely pick at it a little bit more tomorrow morning. I have a feeling. I'll probably look at it and go like, oh, I think it needs a little bit this, but I think for all intents and purposes, this one is completed. Yeah, and I really like it. I was gonna go really like I said, I was gonna go really black with those areas, but I like the I love the cross hatching, and I like that like reflective light look there. You know, I really enjoy that. You know, as an effect. You know, and it's a great place to do it too. Like it doesn't feel forced. You know, it feels correct. That there'd be that reflective light there. You know. Yeah, like I'll probably pick out a little bit more here and there tomorrow morning. You know, while my coffee's being made, and or while I'm making my coffee, rather, while it's percolating or whatever. And yeah, I'll probably add a couple little things here and there, but I think for the most part, like this is kind of done, man. Yeah, and I really enjoy it. I really like it. Like the eyes, I have to fix because definitely there has to be more. There has to be a lot more dimension in the eyes, like I'm doing right now, because that yellow part is dry. So yeah. So yeah, as you can tell right away, like just there, putting the lines in under the eye, you can tell that. And I'm gonna do that with this too, under there too. But it's a little too wet, so I'm gonna stay away from it right now. I'm not gonna risk it. Not gonna risk it. But I am gonna take this, and I'm gonna do this with that, there, and there. Yeah, I love that red. Love that red. No, I love that red. It's really, really intense. Yeah. It's shiny. And then, of course, there will be, speaking of shiny, of course, there'll be a lot of highlights in there. And I might even do some blood spatter. You know what? I can do that right now, in fact. You guys can watch me do that. And again, I've got a very, very stiff brush, which I've honed over the years. It's like, yeah, I've treated it poorly. No, I mean, like it's run its course. Obviously, it run it into the ground, but it's still, again, it's very good for what it's good for, which is spattering blood everywhere, and yeah, getting it nice and bloody cast off. So that's what this is good for. I'll show you. And it's just a matter of like this, you know, and getting in there. Yeah, there's some nice blood spatter. Right? Good. There we go. There. I just wiped my nail off, the paint off my nail on the, and it looks good. It looks like it belongs there. So there we go, guys. That's there. 5 Nights at Freddy's, man. Yeah. Almost done. Mostly done. Then we've got the Elden Ring one going on right now that I'm working on. So wow, we did a heck of a lot of stuff tonight, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in and checking out the live stream. I'll be back very soon. There's a lot of stuff going on sort of this week. I'm gonna try to be back. I think Wednesday evening. I'm gonna try. If not, then Thursday for sure. But I'll let you know on my socials too. You know what, guys? I've got many contacts. You can contact me from any one of those links in the description below this video. I've got a t-shirt shop. Check out the t-shirt designs, man. They're very different. A lot of people haven't even seen any of those designs, those t-shirt designs, before. So I've never posted them, or maybe posted them once. So there's a lot of cool t-shirts there at the t-shirt shop. I'll be back again soon. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next, but it'll be something else. I've got a ton of stuff on the go. I hope you guys even enjoyed this one. I love this, actually. It's one of those kind of John Byrne, you know, opening sequence shots. But yeah, it's from like a Fulci zombie movie. Guy getting his head blown off, like a zombie getting his head blown off. Probably an island native, you know. And then there's some other guys in the background there, zombies, you know. So there, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I just whipped that up last night. So, but yes, I hope you guys had a great evening. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Please thumbs up the video too. That really makes a big difference in helping me sort of achieve a higher level in the algorithm stream. Guys, it was a pleasure working in front of you tonight. I hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I'll see you all again soon. And until then, best wishes and love as always. All right, Rob.